Hi everyone, it is me, Xena, or Xena Pappas, or Xena Finfipulus, or Xena Fighter Elderling, and today I'm going to talk about something that still this day you would think that I would have gotten over, but I did not. Alright, so at one time my show was big. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were other shows that had showed up around that same time. There were other ones that show up around that same time, though. Well, before me or after me. I mean, yes, you had Heracles, and then someone had to bring in Sinbad and Robin Hood. And then there was me. And that didn't stop all the other shows that would come after me, or right around the same time you would get Buffy and Angel and the many other shows that hoped to do as well as my show did, or did do. We'll put it that way. And then you'd have other shows like, I don't know, Grimm, or, Supernatural, or Unearthly. Well, so, and many other shows that I'm not bringing up there, right? Like, I know there's other shows I'm leaving off the list. I mean, like, Stand Against Evil, Ash Fights the Evil Dead, Jack of All Trades, Cleopatra 25, many other shows that I've just, but the main ones. I guess you can throw Walker, Texas Keeper into there if you want to as well. So what pisses me off to this day, or what still irks me, is that my show never got a new make or a new boot or whatever. And I mean, it was going to happen. Or at least we thought it was going to happen. So around 2004 between FYL was when all the news started coming out. Or was it true? It's hard to know what is true and what's not on the interweb. And there's like, they're going to do a new boot or a new take, and all we knew was that Dr. Zankin, one of the showrunners who did the Lost show, if anyone never saw that show, was going to be one of the showrunners and head writer, and Robert Tappert and Samuel Derini would be the main showrunners. And that's all we knew. And then Trina Law was going to be casted to take over and playing the new Xena. But then she pulled out, either on the grounds that either she didn't feel that playing Xena would be right for her, or she didn't think that she would do as good work as LUCILLE LAWLESS had done, and formerly Ryan, formerly Lawless, now Tappert. Whatever the grounds was for it, she pulled out. Now, at least that's what the sagas say. And then they couldn't make up their mind how much they wanted to yield for everything, about where they wanted to film it, and a whole bunch of other bullshit. And then Xander left. Then a bunch of other shit happened, and then the folks at Comcast NBC just told Robert Tappert and Samuel Derini it was dead in the water, it was a no-go. Sorry for calling you in for something, whatever. And it died like that. And there were a lot of folks in the Xena Fighter Atherling Followership that were like, yeah, death to the new make, death to the new boot. Well, so many folks in that followership were, guilty, of hating on something before they ever saw it. I mean, you would think that they would be open-minded to a new take on the show, but no, I guess not. I guess they're not so open-minded to the new take on the show. And it's kind of sad. And that's one thing that irks me to this day, is that a lot of them were hating on something that none of them would ever see, none of us would ever watch, and we couldn't make up our mind on what it was because we never see it. And then everybody else started, and then you heard about Charm getting a new boot with 3 followings to its name. And then they said the same thing about, Buffy, but that never had any light either. And another thing that pisses me off in the Xena Fighter Atherling Followership is that if you're on X and you're not show playing, or your take on Xena doesn't happen to be the same, they will gatekeep you. They will either tell you that the way you're playing Xena is not the way that they're playing Xena, or not the way the show player played Xena. Oh, you're not taking it earnest. How earnest do you want me to take it? I so sorry that I could not show play as Xena the same way that Lucille Tappard, formerly Ryan, formerly Lawless, did. And everyone out there, they would say, oh, you're not show playing the right way. Your take on the self isn't the same way. Well, there's many takes on the Xena self. Many of them. On straight takes, whatever. There's a take. Everyone's got their own take on it. And they get a gatekeep over that. Or they would just block it for no ground's sake. Or why? Because, oh, you're not playing the way, you're not doing Xena the way we think it should be done. And, and then folks that also want to, think they want to, we gotta shield LUCILLE Lawless, LUCILLE Ryan, Tappard, whatever the fuck these days. So there are a lot of folks that think that everything she says and does is right, even when it's wrong. You'll have folks that will blindly follow her, and they'll say, oh, well, she was right for saying this, or she was right for doing that. Well, hasn't it ever gone to you that she's not always right? That some folks make mistakes? They say and do things that aren't right. No one's flawless, You might have liked how she played me in the Farseer show for about 6 followings, but it doesn't mean you should good DOER worship her or think that every single thing she says and does is right. It's not. I got done dealing with her bullshit a long time ago because I used to follow her, and I used to think one of these days she's going to reach out to me or something, and it never happened. And someone told me, oh, well, it's a game to her, and she doesn't care. Well, if that's so, then I was just blowing all my time from 2008 between FYL to 2009 between FYL, thinking that she was going to reach out, and she never did. So I blocked her, and I forbid her, and I was done with her on X. All right? I still like Xena. Well, I still like my show, but I have nothing to do with the show player. There are some folks out there that just can't, in their mind. So, whatever. Anyway, but the main thing that pisses me off is that my show never going to get a new boot or a new take. Not as a drawing show, not as a one-off drawing film, not as a small saga, nothing. It's just so sad. And everyone in the Xena Fighter Atherling Followership was hating on it and saying, oh, being all happy about it. That's bullshit right there. See, I would like to say that the Xena Fighter Atherling followership out there was kind to me, but that would be a lie. Most of them were not. There were some of them out there who were friendly to me, and some of them out there that were kind of friendly. Some who were friendly to me and we got along, but a whole lot of them were not. And mostly on Twitter, mostly on X these days, with so many trolls and the Xena Fighter Atherling followership on X. So, yeah. But at the end of the day, I met some good friends and whatever you want to say in the Xena Fighter Atherling Followership. But on X, it's just so loaded with so many trolls in that followership. So many folks that like to gatekeep you if your take on me isn't the same. You know? So, whatever. That's what still irks me to this day, is that my show never got a new boot. Alright? Tell me what you think about it, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.